On this episode, we review the latest food booths that recently opened at Food & Wine, as well as tell you our best of the fest. Today is September 29th, 2023. This episode 604 of the Main Street Magic Podcast.
Jeremy and Rhonda are more than a little fond of Disney World, so they made this podcast to share it all with you. Reports and resorts, top 10 lists of all sorts. Main Street Magic's bringing it home for you.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Main Street Magic. I'm your host, Jeremy Stein, and I'm joined by my lovely wife, Rhonda.
Hey, guys.
Make sure you check us out on the web at mainstmagic.com, as well as follow on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at mainstmagic. If you've not done so already, head out to Facebook and search for the Main Street Magic community and ask to join. Then if you hit that subscribe button, you get brand new episodes every Tuesday and Friday. If you are planning a trip to Disneyland or Walt Disney World, you did not get those advanced dining reservations that you so truly wanted, have no fear. Mouse Dining is to the rescue by helping you book those Disney dining reservations by alerting you when they spot availability for your desired restaurant, date, meal, and time. Visit msmfriends.com to use this free service.
So today we are going to be talking about our last trip to Disney, which was lots of fun. But this time we're going to do it in two parts. This one we're going to do all about the food and wine.
Yeah, and then we'll come to you next episode. We'll let you know where we stayed. We'll talk about the new sushi restaurant in Epcot that I probably won't pronounce correctly, so I'm not going to bother right now. Soaring over California, Journey of Water inspired by Moana. So that'll all be coming to you next. But a whole bunch of new booths opened September 22nd.
Yep.
New to the festival this year, and all the food items are new. So we wanted to make sure that we went down and we hit every single one of those booths.
Yes.
And then the following day, we kind of did some repeats, some of our favorites. So we'll let you know all about that, what we thought. And at the end, we will just kind of give you our favorite items from the entire festival. So it can give you an idea if you were to set a budget like, I got $50 I want to spend, I got $100 I want to spend. You could pick or choose from our recommendations if you so wanted to.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, let's talk about the new booths. What is the first one, Rhonda? And we actually went ahead and got both of these items and might have even returned to get one again.
Yeah, this is Bubbles and Brine. Excuse me. You have a jumbo shrimp cocktail with Prosecco, cocktail sauce, and a grilled lemon. This is for $14, and of course, this is new. You also have a Jonah crab claw cocktail with stone ground mustard sauce. This is $12. And the jumbo shrimp had 2 pieces, correct?
Yes, correct.
And then the claws had 4.
Yeah, which were actually, at first I thought the prices were swapped when we bought them because I knew what the total was. What can you wash this down, though, with? Little Dom Perignon.
You can for $69.
That is insanity.
And then, of course, you have a rosé and then a Imperial.
Talk about the food items.
We did not get, by the way.
No, we did not try
any of the.
We did not get any Dom
bubblies.
Perignon. Yeah, that would not fit within your budget.
Jeremy did say that the guy or the cast member was telling you that a little bit ago ordered 2 Dom Perignon, and I think some food. So I was like, wow,
that's crazy.
That is. I mean, that's.
And from my understanding, you can Inside World Showcase, I guess, I don't know if it'd be in Italy or anywhere, wherever, you can get the Dom Perignon for $45 for a glass, is what I was reading. So I don't know that if you wanted to do it and you're like, hey, let's just go ahead and spend some, I don't know that this would be the spot you'd actually want to do it. But have you ever had Dom Perignon?
No.
To me, it tastes like anything else.
I don't like champagne, so I probably wouldn't like it. And then people would be like, oh my God, it's supposed to be the best.
Now, to be fair, I haven't had it in over 20 years.
Oh.
Rob's dad bought a bottle once, I think, for New Year's Eve at their house.
Oh, my
And we
goodness.
all, tasted it. Had, a little teeny cup, and it's just like, okay, it's good, but I don't know if it's any better than your, $20 bottle. But we're not champagne connoisseurs. So, all right, talk about the shrimp cocktail and the crab claw cocktail. This booth I've been super excited about ever since it was announced.
Yeah, and like I said, the shrimp came with 2. And then the crab claws came with 4. And so I was very surprised and really impressed with Jeremy because when he ordered the crab claw cocktail, there is stone ground mustard in the middle. And he did not ask it to be on the side at this particular point in
Right.
time. But he still, of course I wiped it off, but he ate it.
Yeah, I wiped all the stone ground mustard off of it. I got napkins specifically for that. And we went back actually Saturday and I got this, or Sunday, I'm sorry, and I got this again because it was so good.
But then you asked.
And then I just asked for it on
Yep.
the side. And both of these are absolutely outstanding. This is, you know, I returned for the crab claws. They're stone crab claws. I don't get those a lot. I absolutely love them. They're, you know, they're cut and cracked in half.
Mhm.
So it's really easy to get all the meat out. Grilled lemons come with both of these. The Prosecco cocktail sauce with the shrimp. I actually could see using that with the crab claws, but
Yeah.
these aren't ones normally you're going to go back again and again. You know, $14 for 2 shrimp is a lot, but these are some of the biggest shrimp I've ever seen.
And both of these were fantastic. I mean, it's your normal seafood. What I'm like saying, I feel like I can't talk much more about it, but it was fresh.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And I will say the ground mustard, I really liked it. And to me, it was very Dijon-y like.
Okay.
So
I'm very glad I didn't have any.
Why?
I don't like mustard and I don't like Dijon mustard. If it's even Dijon-y, then I probably am not going to like it even more.
Okay.
But these shrimp, I think they're the shrimp they're using on the Star Cruiser based from photos. And the second day we did go back, I was looking because I was getting the Jonah crab claws again, and I did see the shrimp. And the second day, the color looked a little bit off. The ones we had were beautiful pink. Again, they're huge,
Well,
gigantic.
I hope that everything was fine.
But it made me think of the blue shrimp a little bit on the Star Cruiser. Now, it could have been the way they were behind the plexiglass and it was a glare or something, but they looked like they had a slight tint to them. But they're like Rhonda said, think of the freshest seafood you can have.
They're fantastic.
And this was it.
Yeah.
And I will probably get one, if not both of these yet again when we're back before the end of Food and Wine.
We are back before the end of Food and
Yeah,
Wine.
we'll be there
Cool.
a couple times. We'll be there with hopefully Kat and Michael here next weekend. So we'd be back over there. So
Yay.
I will get these again. All right. Let's move on to Wine and Wedge. So this is an assortment of basically like meats, cheeses, and then they have a souffle. So the first one is this assorted artisanal cheeses and accompaniments for $7. They then have a boars and fig and balsamic souffle with fig tapenade for $5.75, and then a southern pimento cheese with bread and butter, pickled vegetables, and grilled bread for $5.25.
Mm-hmm.
They then have 3 different beverages. They've got a Riesling for $10.50, an apple brandy for $6.50, or they have a Florida Orange Groves black and blue port for $8. If you're thinking, I want all of the meats and the cheeses and I want to try all of these beverages, there is an option for you for
There sure
$18.
is. Yep.
And you get the entire artist palette of wine and cheese, and you get that paired with all 3 beverages.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we decided to do.
Yeah.
To give it a try, especially to try out some of these different wines and things like that.
Mhm.
How did you like this trio and this assortment and presentation and everything?
I thought it was really cool. I liked everything. The bread was really crispy because all of your cheeses were really soft.
Mhm.
So that worked together perfectly. I liked
You liked the blue cheese and the fig. Wasn't it jam the best?
Yeah, one of those. Hang on. The fig tapenade with the blue cheese, but the blue cheese was no.
There was a Parmesan, there was a blue cheese.
That's what it was. The Parmesan was with the honeycomb.
Yeah. And the blue cheese was with the fig tapenade.
Right.
And then there was an additional cheese and accompaniment.
Yes.
Which one was a little bit more forgettable. That was the first one.
I ate the blue cheese and honeycomb together.
Yeah,
So the
because we love that.
Parmesan was, yeah.
But what was so great about these is each of the cheeses, the 3 cheeses and the accompaniment, the jam, the honey, whatever it was that went with it, then paired with that beverage.
Yes.
And it was one of those where it was such a true pairing. You would eat the cheese
was
with
neat.
the jam or something, and you'd be like, "This is pretty good." And then you would take a sip of the beverage, and you're like, "I get it." Like,
Yep.
all 3 of these individually, they're good, but all 3 collectively are so much better.
Yes.
So I'm really glad we did it this way as opposed
Yeah.
to just the wine and cheese.
I did
tray.
not like the brandy though.
No, you did not. I really liked the apple brandy. It was a strong apple liqueur style flavor, but I thought it was good. And they're perfect little pours, maybe an ounce. So it's just enough to pair with everything. I could use 1 or 2 more pieces of bread.
I agree.
We had a little bit extra of the cheeses and stuff, but it was super, super delicious. All right, next we're going to move on to Char and Chop. Has a huge open grill in the back of the booth, which you love to see the smoke coming from it, the smells. They have a roasted porchetta with lemon, parsley, salsa verde, and a shaved fennel salad for $6.25. They have a grilled impossible spicy sausage with herb polenta, puttanesca sauce, and ricotta for $6. And then they have a meat assorti, which is a trio of shaved meats with baby arugula, pickled mustard seeds, truffle oil, and grilled ciabatta for $6.75. Then they have a list of different beers from pilsners to lagers to a coffee porter. They have a Pinot Noir. They do have a Bloody Mary with Seaside Grown Bloody Mary mix and Curveball barbecue whiskey for $11.
Yeah, and I was not going to get that.
No, because of the whiskey element. I don't like Bloody Mary elements, but I wonder if we should get this and both try it and see if it turns either one of us to the other side. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
So what 2 items did we get from here?
We got the grilled impossible spicy sausage and the roasted porchetta. And the spicy sausage with the herb polenta was so good. Like, I don't feel like I could tell that was impossible sausage, for one. Polenta was super good. The sauce was good. The ricotta. I love this whole dish, which was funny because it was so good. And the roasted porchetta looked fine, but you actually ate it, and I was like thinking it wasn't going to be that good. But my man, was I turned around when I did taste it. Wow. The everything, it just kind of melted in your, all the togetherness just was, wow, much better. And I was like, okay, I think this one is better than the spicy sausage. Yeah. But again, that impossible spicy was really cool. And if you're going to have something like that, but if you're not, I'd have the roasted porchetta.
Well, I mean, I think, and we said it before with the Impossible brand, if you're a meat eater or not, you know, if you're obviously not a meat eater, this might be the only thing you can have.
Correct.
Even if you're a meat eater, I wouldn't turn your nose up at it and say, because it tastes like spicy sausage.
Yeah.
You won't know that it's not meat. This is the first time we've had the Impossible sausage.
Yeah.
You know, we've done the burgers, ground beef, things like that in the past. We actually ended up trying 2 new to us Impossible meats.
Yes.
We'll talk about another one in a little bit. This was really good. The puttanesca gave it a great saltiness because it has the olives in it, which I didn't mind all mixed in the sauce. Yeah. I'm not going to eat them by themselves, but it was fresh and very, very rustic. Polenta was super creamy. Yeah, sausage was split and grilled and just as flavorful as any other spicy sausage. And then that dollop of ricotta just gave everything a nice creaminess, which was so good. Yeah, that porchetta just blew my mind. It's one of the best festival dishes I've ever had.
Yeah,
everything
really
together
good.
was so good.
Yep.
It was the most perfect, lemon parsley salsa verde. It was very much like it was a chimichurri, really.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but without cilantro, it was using parsley instead.
Yeah,
and even the shaved fennel salad down to it. Like, I kind of want to do a fennel, figure out a nice fennel salad. Yeah, would be a great lunch with that grilled chicken, pre-grilled chicken we just got from Costco. That would be outstanding. So the porchetta is a little bit out of our league for something like Wonderland Cruise Anyone Can Cook. So Sunday evening, when we get back from our little trip out of town here, we are going to remake the grilled Impossible spicy sausage with the herb polenta and all that. So you can check that out, wonderlandcrew.com, join there and all. All right, let's move on to next, which was the Swirled Showcase, and this is our last new booth for this year. What all is at Swirled Showcase, and why did we not get it on the first day?
Well, unfortunately, they did not open the first day, and then the second day, they were struggling a little bit, and we did not get it until it did not open at 11 for sure. It was more like 11:30.
Oh, no, we didn't get this till Sunday.
No, I said it didn't open on the first day, but the second day.
Right. First day was Friday. Second day, I think it had a very delayed opening and they were having a bunch of issues.
Oh.
And then we finally got it on the third day because we basically rope dropped it at 11 because we were waiting for our journey of water.
Then they still were having...
And they were still having some issues and
okay.
whatever it may be, I'm not sure because it's all, it's all soft serve except for this liquid nitro cake, which is what we got. But, so what's available here?
Well, soft serve in a waffle cone. You have vanilla, apple, cinnamon, and salted caramel. You can get a cream soda float with vanilla soft serve or a Fanta grape float. You can also get frozen apple pie, which I think that was at the...
They've had that in the past. I thought in...
the Apple Orchard or something.
Yeah, the Apple Orchard, which was located in the Canada in the show.
Right, and I think they've also had the cinnamon apple cider. They do have a Three Daughters toasted coconut porter, and then you can get that in a float as well. And then they have a berry fizz red sparkling wine float. So
super interesting, actually.
So this is called Swirled Showcase for one. You have soft serve, which is vanilla, apple, cinnamon, salted caramel. Most soft serves around Disney property, you can swirl them and have like a vanilla apple cinnamon or a vanilla salted caramel. So I was hoping to get the apple cinnamon salted caramel swirled together. Unfortunately, again, not only were they having problems, but I asked and the guy didn't even know, had to go ask. And unfortunately, he said they do not. It's very sad about that.
I would like some reporters in the field to report to us and we will go back. I don't see how there's any way that they can't swirl these. They're in the machines that has one flavor on the left, one on the right, which you can individually serve, or they combine to the one in the middle. Well, unless for some odd reason that's like turned off. I just wonder if they were scrambling last minute to get some staffing, which is the reason they didn't open the first day. They were having, I think some issues with the machines and the ordering and all that, but I think they just didn't have enough time possibly to get everybody trained, and maybe that's why they couldn't swirl it or said they couldn't, but I feel like they could.
Because I almost wanted to buy, but then it'd be $12 instead of $6.
Right.
An apple, cinnamon, and a salted caramel, and just kind of eat it together.
Well, you also don't have these three flavors without the ability to swirl them.
I mean,
you know what I mean? It's not like you've got three flavors that are on complete opposite ends of the spectrum. Like you have, it's not, you don't have an apple cinnamon and then a blood orange or something. Where you'd be like,
be good. Just kidding.
Where you're like, you know what? I probably wouldn't swirl those two together. These are like made to swirl. So I'm super interested to see if they're actually doing that. But
we did get, they have a Mickey shaped liquid nitro cake for $4.75. This is, if you like chocolate, this is for you.
Super rich.
It is chocolate cake on chocolate icy or the outside, and then chocolate sprinkles on top.
Yeah, all shaped like Mickey.
They were good.
Liquid nitrogen.
Yeah,
this was. I loved it. I thought it was absolutely outstanding. It is super rich.
It's just too rich.
I
wish there was
vanilla eat it
inside.
all. But as far as single dessert bites, this is up there, I think, for me. But yeah, like you had a bite or two, and then I didn't even finish it just because it is so rich, but not because I didn't absolutely love it. I think it'd be really cool if they had two options, a chocolate and a vanilla, where one of them, the inside cake, was vanilla.
Yes.
Still had the chocolate coating and still had the chocolate like crystal sprinkle things on it, but super Instagram worthy, but I think it also really lives up to the flavor.
Yeah,
so
it's very good.
I really enjoyed all of the new booths. I would do a repeat visit to every single one of them. I really want to do that boars and fig souffle. I think that would be interesting to try. Maybe we do that next weekend, but I was super impressed with these. Even the flavors, as we kind of, a lot of these, as we're starting to get into, on a calendar, it says fall.
It's been cooler here in Florida.
But it still is feeling like fall is coming.
Yeah.
And
like soups and stuff.
And I think this is a great addition come fall season for them to put this out here.
And today is very rainy and gloomy out looking, and a little cooler because of that.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's starting to feel like that. Okay, let's get some soup.
I know.
And
Costco was full of soups today, soups and stuff for the free samples.
It was.
We took advantage. They're pretty good.
And it was cold in there. And it was just
nice. It was nice.
Just a snuggly day.
Maybe put on a Halloween movie tonight or something, or a fall movie. All right. we did hit a couple more booths this weekend. We had one new item. We had a couple repeat items and then a new beverage. First, let's go to Brew Wing, which we have not had the kindest things to say.
Correct.
As far as their wings go.
Right.
The Brussels sprouts there are delicious.
Yes.
And pickle milkshakes. If it's your thing, it's your thing. If it's not, it's not. Let's not discuss all that. What did we end up getting there, though?
They have a Impossible buffalo chicken tenders with plant-based blue cheese and plant-based ranch and celery. This is all
Celery
new.
is also plant-based.
It is plant-based. Everything is plant-based.
Yes.
For $7.50. And we got it, and then I got some more ranch, and Jeremy said that it's not plant-based, but I was like, well, just in case I need.
You got the little containers.
Yes.
Which would be
Where they
standard ranch.
I started saying standard ranch that's sitting right there, and I thought I might need some more. Well, I took a bite, and these were fantastic. I mean, I'd eat them again. Like,
I would too.
This is what I would get there. In fact, I almost got some on Sunday because I was like, I need to eat something.
Yeah.
Let's eat. So, I would have gotten these, but I don't remember what stopped me. Maybe I was.
We talked about it. I think we might have gotten called back for our Journey of Water
Maybe
return
that's
time.
What it was.
These were so good.
They
I
were.
mean, the Impossible chicken tenders are not going to fool anyone. You
No.
know, as far as the look, like
They
you're
look
not.
like
They're not going to look like your standard theme park chicken tenders. You know,
Yeah.
like a hand breaded, sliver of a breast fillet or something, deep fried. They're going to look like very
McDonald's
formed.
chicken.
Yeah, like consistency of a McDonald's chicken nugget, but I think much more of an actual real chicken flavor. But they're long. They're like 3 or 4 inches long, maybe an inch wide and a half an inch tall. But the buffalo sauce was super flavorful. The ranch was really good. The celery's fine. I mean, it's celery, but I was super impressed with these.
And I really didn't need much ranch, but I actually did dip one, I think, more in it. But yeah, they were really good.
And for $7.50, this eats like a meal.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if you're like, all right, we're not really doing. I think there was four of these in there.
Because I ate I think I ate 2 and you ate 2.
Yeah.
So
I loved it. Combination flavors were great. I did not expect this at all. And
I didn't either.
I would I'd go back and get it. I almost wonder, and it'd have to be slow, right?
What?
But I wonder if you could go back and go, I would like the Impossible chicken tenders, but I would like to have one of your other sauces on them that they have. Like they have the super spicy habanero blow your face off sauce. They've got the peanut butter and jelly wing sauce. So the other wings, I think they have the cardamom one, like teriyaki. So I do wonder, and we could always go back and ask if it's not super busy, is there any way we can do that? They might just say, no, I'm sorry, we can't change things up. That's fine, but it'd be super cool if they could.
Yeah.
Because we don't know how the other things are made. That's the thing. The way their wings are made, or the way they taste, they don't seem super fresh. So I think they're all sitting back there under a heat lamp. I don't know how long. I wonder if they just have jugs of all the sauces back there that you could even make this happen.
Yeah. I don't know.
So, all right. Rhonda, always trying to prove me wrong year after year. I said one time, the first time we ever had it, that it was not good. It's been great every return time. And I got to say, this past weekend was probably the best that we've had of this individual dish. Where are we at and what did you get?
Well, we were walking by Australia, and again, I was hungry, and they, year after year, have the roasted lamb chop with mint pesto and potato crunchies for $8.75. I went and got this because, like I said, I needed something to eat, and Jeremy was already headed over to Coastal Eats anyways. No.
I was going back
Bubbly
for the
and
crab
brine.
claws.
Sorry.
Yeah, bubbles and brine.
So I was like, well, I'm going to get this. And I brought it over and I was like, I guess I should give him a bite. But I did. I gave him a bite, but I ate pretty much the whole thing. God, it was a nice size little rack too of lamb or little leg. Or is that what you call it? A leg?
No, that wouldn't be. That's the rack.
The little tiny rib then. Yeah. But it had some good meat. And
half-inch thick?
What would you said? You said medium
to medium rare.
Oh,
cooked.
it was just perfect.
Great crunch on the outside, like super duper tender. The mint pesto is outstanding with it. Mint and lamb go together so well. And then it is fine with it, but it's still just your crunched up potato chips.
Yeah.
Like Lay's potato
but
chips.
They were bigger chunks this time.
I said what I think would be really good on it is French fried onions.
Yes.
I think even if
That'd
you
be
literally
neat.
took the ones out of the container, like
Yeah.
you put on your top of your Thanksgiving
Yep.
green bean casserole, like they don't even have to be like fresh fried onions.
Right.
Would be really, really good on here for a nice crunch, but add a little bit of flavor. But this was so good. Every time since that first time, they've got it right, and this time they knocked it out of the park.
Yep. Very good.
Okay, where did we go to next? Which were both repeat items from us from previous years.
And
but
I would repeat again and
Yeah.
again. That is Coastal Eats. And that is the lump crab cake with aioli and vinegar slaw for $7 and your oysters Rockefeller. The lump crab cake was fantastic. Jeremy actually said this year, like, it
was
seemed
really good.
Yeah, it seemed very much less bready.
Yeah.
For sure. And, I was telling Chuck and Allie, it's always good when you get some shell in there because it's real.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
fantastic.
I'll be honest, the only difference in this crab cake, and they're a little bit small, you're not getting, you're getting an appetizer size.
Yeah.
Like if you got this as an appetizer somewhere, there'd probably be 3 of them. Obviously, It wouldn't be that price, but that's the size that they are. Not a big old, like, baseball-sized lump crab cake. Really, the only difference in this and a true Maryland crab cake is this meat is worked a lot finer, and it probably doesn't have any jumbo lump in it, where normally you get big chunks of that, but the flavors are on point. You don't need the aioli at all.
And I'm pretty sure I saw her forming them.
It wouldn't shock me. And then they're searing them on a griddle.
Yep.
So they're not deep fried or anything. They're not baked, but I think they're searing them on a griddle. So there's a nice crisp on top and bottom, but they're tender, not a ton of filler. And then the slaw after you're done was kind of just a little bit almost of a palate cleanser.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a standard vinegar slaw. It's not anything great, but they're like, well, we have to put something else on the plate. And it does work well with it.
It does.
There's no need to eat them together.
Yeah. Oh, gosh, no.
How about the oysters Rockefeller?
Oh, 3 of them, correct?
Yeah.
So good. So good. Every year. They just, they have so much spinach and the Rockefeller part to it. And then, these were hot where I almost burnt my mouth, unfortunately.
They're
but
grilling them up fresh right
they
there.
They were. And it was great. I ate 2 bigger ones and gave Jeremy one. And yeah, I could go and just get this myself. And $7.50 for 3 of them is really not bad.
That's a good
I
price.
think.
$2.50 an oyster.
So
I can't remember what the upcharge is at Boathouse for you to make them Rockefeller.
yeah,
But it's a good chunk. I feel
Yeah.
like it certainly, I think, takes your individual oyster above $2.50. And this is something you would expect to sit down at the Boathouse and them serve you,
Yeah.
and probably charge you twice as much, to be
Yeah.
honest. And you wouldn't like complain about it.
no, I wouldn't. And I'd get, not only would I get 3 more, but I'd get probably
Oh, we'd easily split it.
times
We'd
2,
easily split
4,
a dozen of these.
'Cause,
Yeah,
I
split a
would do
dozen of these things.
Mhm.
Like it was nothing.
So good
Now, but even here for $7.50, you're talking 15. That'd be $30
for a dozen.
for a dozen. But
might be comparable to
we'd have to check.
Boathouse.
We'd have to check. Yeah, I love these. And then finally, Rhonda needed a little pick me up that morning, so went to the Joffrey's near Disney Traders, and she got the Java horchata, which is a sweet blend of espresso and horchata topped with whipped cream and cinnamon. That is new this year for $6.49. You can add a libation if you would like.
Yep.
And that
I
takes
did
it
not.
up to what, about
I think it's 13 or something.
$13.49, I believe.
Yeah.
So about a $7 upcharge for that. But you had just the non-alcoholic one.
Correct.
How was that?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I didn't know what horchata was, but whatever it is, it's
Still don't.
fantastic.
Yeah.
I was supposed to look it up, or Jeremy was supposed to, but he did not. But it is fantastic, and the espresso with it, I would definitely stand in line and get this again.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right.
Next time maybe I'd get it with some Kahlua. I've thought I liked that, but we were
I would think that would
leaving
be
and going
Yeah.
home, and so I was
Yeah.
like, nope.
That could be another one maybe for next Saturday. Then when we head over there, that could be your starter. 'Cause we'll
Ooh.
be staying the evening
Okay.
next weekend. All right. So for us, what we're going to do is we're going to run down our best of the fest. These would be if somebody, which they do, message me or DM me or whatever and said, hey, what were the best items at Food and Wine? This is the list I'll turn over to them.
But again, this is our opinion.
This is our opinion. Now, hopefully, this could help you if you said, you know what, I'm only going to take a $50 budget for a day or a $100 budget for a day, that you could go ahead and pick and choose out of here. So Starting off, first one in the best of the fest comes from the Alps, and you really wanted to pay attention to pricing, right? This is warm raclette Swiss cheese with the Alpine ham, baby potatoes, cornichones, and a baguette for $5.25.
Mm-hmm.
Content, amount versus price and value.
Yeah.
This is really, really good.
It is.
I think this is a great, great value.
Yes.
What is the next one on our list?
The roasted lamb chop with the mint pesto and potato crunchies for $8.75. Again, this is a good piece of meat, and there's nothing else with it, but I think it's worth it because it is a good size. You can share it, but I probably would not.
Yeah. Our Brewing Impossible Buffalo Chicken Tenders with plant-based blue cheese, plant-based ranch, and the celery, all for $7.50. 4 tenders.
Mm-hmm.
This is one where if this interests you at all, this should probably be put on your list because the price is really, really good for what you're getting out of it.
Yes.
Now, when we go to the next one, we simply put these on here because we think they're some of the best things at the festival.
Yes.
If you have a budget,
mm-hmm.
these might not be a great idea because they're going to cost twice as much as other items. And we're at Bubbles and Brine for what?
The jumbo shrimp cocktail and the Jonah crab claw cocktail.
Yeah.
This is a $14 and a $12 dish. Again, you can share the crab claw cocktail. Say that 5 times fast. And because there is 4, the jumbo shrimp, I don't know if I would.
Yeah, Greg, after we were done with the shrimp cocktail, I wanted more.
Mm-hmm.
But are you going to spend $28 for us to each get one?
Well, yeah, you're at Bubbles and Brine. Go ahead and get the Dom Perignon, too.
Right. 2 Doms. We'll get 2 shrimp cocktail, and we'll get 2 crab claws. And then we'll call it a day.
Yeah.
And we'll order off Etsy the tablecloth that goes on the trash can, because now you're just getting fancy.
You are fancy.
Can you bring a candle? You couldn't bring an unlit candle into
I don't know.
a park, could you?
Or
I mean, they're not going to let you bring matches in.
They won't.
But could you bring a magnifying glass?
Okay, now you're just getting...
I'm just trying to romance it up a little bit here. I mean, if we're eating fancy seafood and drinking Dom, let's at least make it a little bit classy on top of a trash can, right? So bring a rose and a little vase.
You can bring a fake candle that you just
fake candle.
turn
the
LED.
We have. Let's bring one.
My mom has one where the little...
I like when they have the piece of paper or plastic that flickers.
Yeah.
I think you could trick people. You just go up and just stick your hand above it, and you'd freak out some people first. They would think that it was real.
Okay.
Where were we? Oh, we were moving on to Canada. Both the bacon and cheddar soup here with the pretzel roll for $6, and the filet mignon with the mushrooms, boursin black truffle and sea salt, mashed potatoes, and a boursin black truffle and sea salt with butter for $9.75. Both of these are well worth it.
Yep. If you want to know what Le Cellier tastes like without
spending Le Cellier money, right? You come here.
Or if you try to get a reservation and you couldn't or something, you could come here,
get a couple of them.
Get a couple of them.
I believe.
Then maybe on the next 60-day out, you'll get a reservation.
But here's the crazy part. I'm pretty sure, I remember seeing at one point that the basically price to ounce ratio of this little filet as kind of a taste is better priced than the per ounce inside at Le Cellier.
Oh, I'm sure.
So you could figure it out and go, you know what? I'm going to get 4 of these. That makes up an entire steak, just say.
Holy crow. And
for
with the
under
mashed potatoes,
for under $40.
There you go.
You're going to pay 50 to 60 inside. Yeah. Again, might as well follow this up. That we just had an appetizer with the seafood. Now we're moving on to Canada,
lunch?
and we're going to have our actual meal.
Okay.
Get 2 of the soups, 1 for each of us. That's another $12. You're, 2 fillets, a soup for each of us, and you're spending $26.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually not a bad idea. And then whatever the cost is of the fake candle and the little rose in the vase and your Etsy tablecloth. Okay, let's move on to Char and Chop. What item did we select from here? I don't think it'll be a surprise.
Yes, your roasted porchetta. I'd like to do this, so make it.
Try and make this? Make a porchetta?
Yeah.
I've never attempted
with
that.
With lemon, parsley, salsa verde, and shaved fennel salad.
Yeah.
Please.
I would love to do that.
Okay, do that.
I've never tried to do porchetta because you got to stuff it and roll it and tie it and all that stuff. I told...
Bake it, pat it with the bee, put it in the... Okay, sorry. You kind of...
I told Rhonda when we were eating this, I think this is one of the most flavorful festival dishes we've ever had. Just the way everything worked together was so perfect in this porchetta. And yeah, that verde was just outstanding. Everything was done. We make chimichurri a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and we make pesto a lot. This was like those two just got together and made like a verde baby. You know what I mean? Like it had a lot of the elements from your chimichurri, but instead of cilantro, we're using parsley with that squeeze on lemon. Like instead of just say lime, I loved this.
Yeah.
Coastal Eats. What is your selection here? Which I do think we talked about as a pretty well priced selection.
So good. 3 oyster Rockefellers for only $7.50. And again, the reason we say that is because, going over to Boathouse and I mean, you get 12 of these and you've paid
I said what was 30 bucks. Yeah.
I mean, hey, I might go, okay.
I think we've been to many places where I believe half a dozen oysters are about 18.
Mm-hmm.
So that would take you up to $36. So this technically is a deal.
Yeah.
So is this our after our steak
Oh yeah.
soup?
Yeah.
Like kind of follow it up? This is
We'll go over
another
to
appetizer?
seafood, yeah.
Or we should just combine
We're
it with
just
all the
gonna
seafood.
Yeah, we're just gonna eat all
We got
the
some ideas.
seafood.
All right, this is my pick personally from Flavors of America. Had this opening weekend, and then I had it again last Friday night while we were waiting for Tony's birthday.
Sunday
I wanted to get it Sunday. That is, Flavors of America, the Italian hot beef sandwich with shaved beef, spicy giardera, an au jus on a French roll for $6.25. It's so good.
It's
just absolute
baby roll.
Yeah. It's tiny. It's adorable.
It's cute. It looks like something out of Pim's kitchen where it was shrunk.
It does. Yeah.
Super
but
cute.
the flavors, it's very Portillo's in the flavors.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just love that spiciness that you get from it. And even the au jus has a kick to it. But I mean, Rhonda drank it like soup last time.
A little bit.
It was
a little
so
spicy too.
good. All right, let's move on to another flavors, which is Flavors of Fire. And what did we really enjoy over here? And this was a hearty dish.
Oh yeah, this was good. This was your chimichurri marinated skirt steak taco with crushed avocado, grilled corn salsa, pickled red onion, queso fresco, and cilantro lime cream for $6.50.
Yeah, I think I said this last time. If it sounds like there's a lot going on, there is.
Mm-hmm.
But it all
so
worked.
good.
It all worked together, though. Sometimes that doesn't
surprised.
work. They try to put too many flavors. Like Mexico can tend to be a little bit more simple sometimes because of certain flavors. This just worked outstanding.
Yeah, it was.
Another thing I wanted to get this weekend, just didn't get around to it, but year after year has been one of my favorites, is in Hawaii. And that's the Kahlua pork slider with sweet and sour dole, pineapple chutney, and a spicy mayo for $5.75.
Oh,
They're on little Hawaiian rolls. Yeah. It is Kahlua shredded pork. It's sweet, it's spicy, it's tender, it's outstanding. For $5.75, it's a good purchase, I think.
Yeah.
To put on your list.
Absolutely.
Okay, next we're gonna move on to Japan. There, we got their fire taco roll, which is spicy tuna, cucumber, and pickled daikon radish served with spicy sauce, which was new this year for $8.
And there are 4 pieces of that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, real good.
It was outstanding
It really
sushi.
was. Yep, fantastic.
So
I would
if you're trying to think of something from Japan.
And I feel like I would get almost any sushi though from Japan. It's always good.
Oh, it's good every time we get it. We always love the sushi donut, the sushi tree.
I like the sushi tree.
Their sushi rice is just fabulous.
Yep.
A little bit vinegary.
Yep.
I love it. All right. Mexico. We are looking at doing the tostada de carnitas. This is braised pork on a fried corn tortilla with black beans, avocado mousse, queso fresco, and chives. That was new this year for $7.75. Another just super flavorful, well-composed dish.
Yeah, I liked it. I know you always like this better.
Yeah.
It was good. It was that fried corn tortilla was very crispy and kind of hard to eat. But
what I liked this year as opposed to some of the past tostadas is that they were giving you the big fried corn tortilla, and they were just clopping everything right in the middle, and it didn't have even distribution throughout.
Yeah.
This one, they actually were taking it almost like crust to crust.
Yeah.
Because that's a must. And it was spread out, and again, every bite, you got every intended flavor in the dish.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what really made it work.
Yeah.
All right, what's next? We got a dessert in here.
Yeah, we swirled showcase with the Mickey-shaped liquid nitro cake for $4.75. I don't know, though, that I would want this again just because of how much chocolate it
rich.
was unless
God, it was good.
like I'm around
Sharing
just
with a few
time
people.
and- yeah, I wanted just a few bites.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, for $4.75, I think this is worth taking 2 bites, and if you threw the rest in the garbage because it was too rich, it'd still be worth your $4.75.
Okay.
I really, really enjoyed this. Let's do something with nitrogen. What could go wrong?
No.
All right. Finally on our list is from Flavors of the Medina. This is Morocco, stone-baked Moroccan bread with hummus, chermoula, and zoug dips. This is all plant-based for $5. This is where they're wood firing
So
that
good.
Moroccan bread
Mhm.
right in front of you in Tangerine Cafe.
Yeah, this is so good. I love going and watching them make the Moroccan bread, and all the dips are fantastic, and it's just great together.
Yeah. And like the bread service at Sanaa, it's very shareable. And it's fun to kind of mix some of the flavors, and it's for $5.
Yeah.
This might as well go on your list.
Yeah.
Honestly, you're not taking a big chunk out of your budget. If
And
you're
I wonder
doing
if
this.
you could just be like, I don't want the other dips because I want the hummus.
I don't know. Again,
Or,
I mean, that's
like,
one of those
ask for
things.
extra hummus.
I'm guessing they could because they're going to have them all portioned out, and they'll just say, well, I'll just grab 2 of this and 1 of that, or 3 of that, or
Maybe.
whatever it is. I just don't know about the Impossible Chicken one, but we can try with both. So we'll be back. We'll be back at least 3 times that I
Okay.
know of before this is over in mid-November, because we've got next weekend, we've got when we're there for the Halloween party, and then we've got when we're there for Jollywood Nights. So that's at least
Perfect.
3 more trips there that we will still make our way around. And
Yes.
of course, maybe we try. I've always wanted to do something fusion still,
Well, I'm
where
going
we
to go
take a
to
dish from one place and a dish from
Oh.
another, and look at ways that we could put them together to create a new dish.
Well, the cheese bread, they have something there that has
Yeah.
a pesto, I think. So I'm going to ask if I can get some
In
of the
Brazil?
pesto. Yep,
You could try that.
I am.
Or again, we take
just-
a dish.
I need to remember- you need to
Or we
remember
take a
me
dish from somewhere else
to
that
do
is
that.
already serving pesto. Use that pesto for this one type of thing. Like
Yeah,
so,
but they already are at the place. So
okay. So you just
I'm just going to
again
ask
see if
and
they'll
see.
add it.
Yep.
That would be nice if they can make some of those accommodations. It's just hard because if everybody makes them, then they've screwed themselves. So
Right.
it's like you really have to do it almost case by case. Like
Yeah.
even when I said, and we know they've done this before, said, can I get the Jonah crab claws without the mustard sauce? And they
Right.
say, is that a preference?
Correct.
Yes, it is not an allergy. It's just a preference. I don't like mustard. And then, of course, they happily do it for you, but they need to know.
Right.
And that's with cross. So if every single person came up and said, I want the Brazil bread, and then I want the pesto just from this one, but then also, could you make this drink a different way because I don't like such and such? They're never going to get it done.
That's
But
true.
we can certainly try and
Yeah.
ask and find out. All right. Thank you all so much for listening. Tune in next episode to hear about the rest of our trip, which will include where we stayed over in Marriott Village, just on the other side of I-4 from Disney Springs. It will include soaring over California, dining for lunch at the new sushi restaurant in Japan, in the World Showcase, which name I will learn to pronounce before that episode, as well as our annual pass holder preview of Journey into Water, inspired by Moana. So make sure you
Ooh.
tune in. If you subscribe, you get all these brand new episodes every Tuesday and Friday. If you want to follow along with all these trips we have coming up, there is a lot. We're going to have a lot of content, a lot to report on. Check out our Patreon group at wonderlandcrew.com. And as long as you're out there, you know that we would be super thankful and appreciative if you could please leave us a rating and review.
Because it helps our show grow.
That's all we've got. We'll see you real soon.
Jeremy and Rhonda are more than a little fond of Disney World, so they made this podcast to share it all with you. Reports and resorts, top 10 lists of all sorts, Main Street Magic's bringing it home for you.